Hello, Lives on the Road subscribers and followers. Well, we decided to leave Florida yesterday, and I'll get to that in a minute. Right now, we are at DeSoto National Forest at a campground called Moody's Landing near Brooklyn, Mississippi. There's the sign behind me, right here. This is a really nice campground. It's got trash. Running water bathroom with a flushing toilet. It's just one toilet. There's no male female toilets. Water spigot. Actually, there's two. One by the bathroom, one right next to the campsite. High pressure water, and I can smell chlorine in it, so it's chlorinated. There's a water meter just right over there. But we're not going to stay here. The internet signal is really weak. And it would be more frustrating for us to stay here than... But the reason we're here is, like I said, we left Florida. And I wanted to talk to you a little bit about, you know, the good, the bad, and the ugly. I thought I would discuss that. Well, obviously, just, 3 weeks ago now, our camper was burned down by someone. The officials think they know who did it. They're trying to, they've been keeping track of him. Well, yesterday we were at a campsite and been there 4 days. And the whole time we were there, there was this fella next to us. And look, Carolyn and I work for what's called a sheltered workshop. And what they do is hire disabled employees to teach them job skills so they can go out in the community and you know, get a job and all that kind of stuff. Well, most of our workers would have never achieved that, but you always continue to try to work with them to improve their skills. I am going to make a point here. And most of them had either some sort of developmental disability or a mental illness. So Carolyn and I are well trained on to identify not only the type of mental disability they have, but also to identify when their disability is starting to really take a hold of them, especially the mental disabilities. They kind of come and go a lot of times. And so this fellow that we were camping, it was clear that he had a mental disability. The day before yesterday, Carolyn observed him getting agitated. He was pacing, cussing loudly, pacing his campground. And he was taking his hat and swatting at flies. Well, then yesterday we woke up, started the generator. Generator got finished, and he's doing it again. He's pacing up and down, very agitated, very upset. And he's swatting flies and cussing, and we can tell that his whatever his mental illness is, I could speculate, but I'm not going to. Was really starting to affect him. Well, Carolyn and I are not trying to make eye contact, let him diffuse on his own, so we don't aggravate him any further. Well, then he decides that we are the target of his issue. And he comes over to me and says, "These flies are all your fault." He's talking about these he called them yellow flies. Well, of course, Carolyn and I hadn't seen any yellow flies. And he says, "These are all your fault because you keep running that generator and they're attracted to that generator. And I just can't take it anymore." Well, we could really see that this wasn't going to work out. He was just not going to accept us. And, we don't know if he was violent or anything. I mean, I would think he's not, but you don't know. I don't know him personally. So we thought it best to go ahead and leave. Now, a couple of things to this. One, I want to inform you, if you do come out and do this lifestyle, that you run into these kind of folks, a lot. It seems to me that, as a matter of fact, he told me that he had met one of the large YouTubers, and the large YouTuber kind of convinced him that this was the lifestyle to be in. And that's what concerns me about these YouTubers romanticizing this lifestyle, is they're attracting the attention of folks who need help, and living in a car is not the kind of help they need. And that's what he was doing. He's living in the back of his truck. That's not the help he needs. He needs real help. And you know, we've made a call already to see if there's anything anybody can do. But in the end, he's out here, he's scaring people. Apparently the cops have been called on him several times. So I want to be clear that a lot of the times when I talk about the good, the bad, and the ugly, and we shouldn't just focus on how good living this lifestyle is, we need to also focus on the bad things, because the bad things really pop up a lot. Remember, obviously there was someone who was very mentally challenged who burnt down our camper. He was angry about something. Apparently he's angry at the National Forest Service, and but of course they don't have any proof. Now we have another one who gets mad because flies are around in the National Forest. That's, I mean, you're just going to have to deal with flies. So, and the other point of this is I get criticized for saying that you know, there are bad aspects to this lifestyle, and that the YouTubers shouldn't just focus on the good aspects. They also should focus on the bad aspects, so folks like this fella can get a different perspective, which says, oh, wait a minute, you know, maybe this isn't lifestyle for me. There are flies out here, and you know, when I'm having my mental breakdown, flies really get on my nerves, and I'm going to hurt people, or you know, be mean to people. So I want to put it all out there for everybody so they know every aspect of this. So that's the point of this video. We're going to continue north up Mississippi and see an old campsite that we saw last year. So thanks for watching. Be sure to subscribe. Click like if you like the video, and happy travels.